Bow, chicka wow wow. Good evening, friends. Happy Mindful Monday on this Monday, January 27th. Thank you for joining. I am your hostess with the mostess, L as in the letter L, and key as in the key to your heart. And this is Elkivate Your Life. So I'm sure all of you are wondering, where the heck were you last Monday and Wednesday? Well, friends, what can I say? I've been going through it. If it's not one thing, it's another. Um, really don't want to let you in on what's happening, but let's just say I had some challenges last week with talking, eating, drinking. Doctors are still trying to figure out what's going on. Oh God, and to my students that listen and everybody who I know that listens. So basically, I have had some unknown rash, hives, blisters, something on the inside of my mouth. And doctors, I haven't been able to get into a doctor, let alone my doctor, because of the flu epidemic and all that's going around. What I can tell you is we don't know if it's an allergic reaction, a vitamin deficiency, autoimmune disease, and there are a slew of other things that I will not even mention because I don't even want to speak it out into existence. But because of that, I had a hard time talking, drinking, eating, still have. I've lost 5 pounds in the last week. Welcome to the starvation diet, folks. Yeah, it's been no picnic. So sorry that I've been MIA. I had a very good reason. Been a lot of health things happening with me, and pretty sure stress related, even though I meditate every morning upon waking up for 20 minutes. And I meditate when I get home in the evening. But there have been a lot of other just outside things I don't have control over, and they've caused stress. So sorry I've been MIA. So here I am, ready to catch up on this Mindful Monday. So if it is your first time listening, thank you. Thank you for joining us on this Mindful Monday. And if you are a repeat listener, thank you so much for your loyalty and devotion. Hello. For consistently listening to me. Thank you. Thank you to my loyal listeners, which I will be giving a shout out to shortly. So let's get into it on this Mindful Monday. First thing I want to talk about is paying it forward. Does anybody out there know about paying it forward? If you do, curious, what does it look like to you? Well, D.Salcius notes, when we pay it forward, we transcend our connection to other humans in a positive way. Focus on your own pay it forward. It can be holding the door open for someone, smiling, a sincere compliment. Pause or reflect on giving yourself a small pat on the back for doing that deed. Take a moment to feel that feeling. By taking the chance to embrace this act, you are seeing a change, not just in others, but also in yourself. That was an email that went out today, and it really rang true for me because I definitely do try to be that person that is paying it forward, especially being a single mother and just struggling and having to reach out to various resources and ask for help from local churches, to neighbors, to radio stations, you name it. It really humbled me and made me realize, because total strangers helped me and my family in those times of need, that I needed to pay it forward. And so I am a big believer in that, and that email really resonated with me, so I wanted to share that. Okay, I don't want to forget all of my important people out there who help make my podcast what it is. My subscribers, my loyal subscribers: Jeff Para, Mike Kaufman, Nicole Sedano, Kyle Few, and Lisa Curbello. And to Nicole Sedano, I'm sure all of you that have listened, you've heard me talk to you about her amazing 21-year-old son, Zach. And Zach has a cookie business. Basically, what Nicole is doing is helping him to find an outlet, but also teach him life skills, teach him independence, help him make his own money. And through doing this, Zach has his own cookie business, which is known as www.ZACHYSSWEETTreats.com. Zacky's Sweet Treats. You know what? I have a QR code. I can probably indicate it in the description of my podcast, as well as I usually provide the links for all of you that don't have a pen and paper handy. If you're driving or in your shower or wherever you're listening, whatever you're doing, thank you for listening. I usually leave the information in the description of the podcast. Anyway, Nicole, Zachy, Selena, their whole family is just warm, kind, loving, giving people that give back to the community. And I had the pleasure of having his sweet treats. And, I think it's going to a great cause. You're helping somebody learn life skills, and his cookies are amazing. So many good things to say. So, Valentine's Day is coming up, people. Might be something to think about. You could order your Valentine some cookies. And yeah, who doesn't want to receive sweet treats for Valentine's Day? Who wants to go out and buy $50 chocolates or $100 flowers? I mean, maybe that's not in your budget. So I think that this is an excellent opportunity to do something different. You go on the website, you have various different choices: chocolate chip, birthday cake sprinkles, uh, chocolate peanut butter, red velvet. They said they're going to add my personal favorite, snickerdoodles, to the cookie menu. Oh, and she mentioned brownies. Oh, now you're talking my language. Where can I sign up for the brownies, the snickerdoodles? Honestly, all the cookies were delicious. I just have my personal favorites. So, definitely recommend. Moving right along to the businesses that I like to share and to my subscribers, I spoke to all of you about Kyle Few and his book that is now on Amazon, Commitment to Love. Love is a Verb. It is available on Amazon and available through Kindle. I shared some things with you, and I want to share a little bit more. Um, it just emphasizes that love is demonstrated through actions like support, care, respect, and sacrifice, not just by having warm feelings. Love as a verb implies that you actively choose to love someone, even when it's challenging. Yeah, I really want to stress that to some people out there that are listening. This idea is often attributed to the author Bell Hooks, who frequently discussed love as a verb. Um, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought of what I was going to share. So it's called Commitment to Love. Love is a verb. And like I said, you can read a sample of it via Amazon. And it's available on Kindle. And there's just so many great, I mean, just the little highlights about the book are really something to think about. The book overview: what is love? Is love a noun, an adjective, or a verb? The world we live in is perceived as being real. What is real? What is consciousness? In order to comprehend something, you must first define it. This book will explore some of these definitions and bring clarity. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to share this time. I highly recommend to read it. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, really doesn't matter. It's just a great book to learn about love and commitment and what that means. So I encourage you to go on and look for it, listen to it, read it, and feel free to write in the fan mail and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I would love to hear your input about it if you take the time and make the time to read it. Kyle, you'll be happy to know that I just ordered the Commitment to Love. Love is a Verb. Don't even have. I hope I have the ability to listen to it, because I just clicked on it and ordered it, and I don't have a Kindle. So hopefully there's another way I can listen to it. Anyway, on that note, moving right along, I have some controversial things I want to talk about. Um, Controversial topics. So today is Monday, so obviously a lot of you probably watched football now that we were down to the wire, right? And so yesterday, the game that I overheard Mr. talking about was Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills. And I know that Chiefs were up. They won 32-29 versus the Bills. And then the Commanders played the Eagles. Eagles were 55-23. Didn't hear much about that game. But I would just like to know your thoughts on the game and how the game was played. So, do we think that NFL favors certain teams? What are your thoughts, football fans? Because what I did is I went around and I interviewed various different people that watched football frequently. They're regular football people. I talked to football referees, including my husband, and just asked everyone's take. And a lot of people said that uh, that NFL definitely favors, or possibly favors, or it appears that they favor the Chiefs. All of this is just a matter of perspective and feedback. I am not a professional. I am not a sportscaster. I have nothing against the NFL. I am simply just asking the question, what do we think? Or do you have an opinion? Do you have any thoughts on this? Another opinion that was shared with me is that they're catering to the Taylor Swift fan base, because we all know Taylor is with one of the players, right? And I'm referring to Travis Kelce. So some people are saying that they think that you know they're just feeding the fan base, basically. So I'm really curious to find out, all my football fans, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I would love to hear this. And this is your opportunity to go on my fan mail page, which no matter what platform you're listening to, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, um, Amazon Music. Oh God, there's a variety of others. Podcastle, Deezer, Podchaser. Sorry guys, I don't have all of them memorized, but you get the idea, right? Buzzsprout. Anyway, I would love if you click on, you can send an email or you can send a text. What that means is you can send in a fan mail and share your thoughts, share your opinions. I would love to hear what all of you think. I personally am, I'm still new to learning about football and how the game is played and about the calls. And it was very interesting to go around and ask various people their thoughts and opinions on things and to hear what people shared. Again, I don't know. I'm not a sportscaster. I am not a football expert. I am not dissing the NFL. I am simply just sharing thoughts, opinions, questions. Would love to hear your feedback on it. So, since we are talking about controversial topics, moving right along to the Baby Girl movie. Has anyone out there seen Baby Girl? Curious if you've seen it, if you know about it. So, it is an erotic thriller, 2024, starring Nicole Kidman. Um, and I'll share the highlights without sharing the movie. So it's set over what seems like a very long Christmas season. It centers on Romy, a transfixing Nicole Kidman, a married woman, who enters a dominant, submissive affair that almost consumes her. It's a story about women, bodies, and the regulation of both, and what it means when a woman surrenders her most secret self. So, if you're into psychological thrillers that don't shy away from taboo subjects and push the envelope, Baby Girl is definitely worth the watch. So, I'm just curious to anybody who's seen it, wants to see it, seen the trailer, if you have any thoughts or opinions on this. Because I have to say that the movie had a lot of different layers to the story. And one thing that I could say that I could relate to about the movie is it can reveal who you are as an adult and also your inner child and how your inner child's thoughts, fears, questions, traumas, fantasies, etc., can all be brought into your adult self. And so, yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was, all the actors played their role perfectly. And I don't want to name the other actors, but also very good actors in the movie. And I would just say, yeah, I would say I gave it 2 thumbs up. And um, I would say it's worth going to see in the movie theaters. And then just it might make you think about who you are as an adult and how you became into that adulthood and how you may have brought some inner child experiences, thoughts, feelings, opinions, traumas, fantasies, whatever the case may be, how you may do that. And yeah, I just thought that it made me think, and I like movies that make you think about what was the message from this movie? What was it to me and the 100 other people that saw it? So, yeah, very interesting. Moving right along, I want to make sure that I talk about my talented friends whom I mentioned that are part of my loyal listeners, which are Kara Kitchell, Kara Kenfield. She's a loyal listener and super talented. She and her husband Tom both. So I mentioned her last time, and I mentioned her Etsy. If any of you recall, I was talking about how she and Tom are just super talented, and um, I shared her information, which is lovemyartist.etsy.com, where she creates just these amazing wedding favors and paintings and music videos for people's birthdays. It's like a music video collage. And then Tom, her other half, if you will, also is super creative and has a website, minerspickstudios.etsy.com. Both of them are just super creative with their hands. He makes things out of woodwork, ornaments, and hanging wall art. And they're both just super talented. So if you're looking, again, Valentine's Day is coming up, maybe someone's birthday. We have some other holidays coming up. It's worth looking at their artwork, and the things they create are just remarkable to me. Last but not least, I want to make sure that I say thank you to my loyal listeners. And if I forget to mention your name, please forgive me. It's a long list to remember everybody. Lisa Walls Johnson, my dear friend, Keisha McCreary, Carly Muser, Rain, Travis Lemire, Mike Kaufman, Parker, Iman, Adam, Miss Samina, and then I hope I hope that I can include my subscribers, Mike Kaufman, Lisa Curbello, Jeff Pata, Nicole Sedano. Yes, I would like to think that they all listen as well. And I understand that we all have busy lives, and it is definitely hard to make time to squeeze in a podcast. So if you're not a regular podcaster, what I can suggest is this is something that you can listen in your car while you're driving, on your commute, while you're showering, while you're in the bathroom. A lot of people read or scroll on their phone. You could be listening to my podcast. While you're working out at the gym, while you're taking your morning or evening stroll. Just giving you some ideas of when you could actually listen. Because the most common rebuttal I get from people is, oh, I've seen it, I've heard of it, I clicked on it, but I just don't have the time. And I'm like, you could listen to it in your car, in the shower, while you're getting ready in the morning, while you're walking the dog, variety of times that people may not think about. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Sarah Aggie, not sure if you're still listening, but want to make sure I mention you. I think that about covers it. I hope I mentioned everyone's name, and if I didn't, 50 lashings for me. Please forgive me. On that note, I think it's time to sign off. I haven't really eaten much today, folks, because of my condition I mentioned earlier. I think I had a cheese stick and a couple bites of oatmeal, and that's about the extent of it. So, got to get my grub on and do all my editing, transcribing, all that good stuff. So, thank you for tuning in. At the beginning, I forgot to do bow chicka wow wow. So, on that note, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, follow, share, subscribe. If you can afford to sponsor, guys, to subscribe is literally as little as a cup of coffee, as little as $3, at most 10. 3, 5, 8, $10. Subscribing per month helps to afford me to spread my podcast worldwide, afford myself another microphone and a camera so I can go from people listening to me to people watching me and having guests on my podcast so you can listen, watch, learn. That's why I need your help. So I hope that you will like, follow, share. I'm on all the platforms, as I mentioned earlier, including TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Elkivate Your Life, Elkivate Podcast. And I hope that you will continue to listen. I hope that these topics will encourage you to send a fan mail and share your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of the questions I posed. Until Wisdom Wellness Wednesday, ciao for now.